I'm Laura Rogers, reporting from the Microsoft 365 Community Conference here in the Community Lounge. And I'm here with Sree Lakshmi. It's so good to meet you. What is your role at Microsoft?
Likewise, very good to meet you. So I work as a senior product manager for Microsoft 365 Backup and Microsoft 365 Archive. I primarily focus on building some features for Microsoft 365 Backup from billing perspective, and I also lead the growth initiatives for the product.
Wow, that's very exciting. You had a session that you taught today about backup. What was the session called and what was it about?
Our breakout session was titled Manage Data Effectively with Microsoft 365 Backup and Microsoft 365 Archive. The session primarily focused on talking about like a native offering of backup, which is Microsoft 365 Backup. And we also have a third-party offering, which is the Microsoft 365 Backup Storage. It's basically the same platform that we offer for the native offering, but we have all the same value proposition, speed, and performance that we have adopted to the partner solutions, which is the third-party offering. So we covered both those products, a lot of good feedback and questions. We also talked about Microsoft 365 Archive, which is our low-cost compliant storage within SharePoint. Again, a lot of excitement and questions around that too.
Great. What would you say was one of the biggest moments or most exciting things in that session?
I think I really loved the energy of the group because our flow was mostly around, okay, let's first talk about backup, right? And then we would go into archive. But by the time we were just closing on the backup presentation, like there were so many hands going up and like there were so many questions, and everybody, the audience was like so engaged from a perspective of like they had really good questions. And the questions were actually from the presentation we did, which kind of shows about the power of the demos and the features that we were showcasing to the audience. It really probably resonated. So as a product manager, I think that was like definitely a fulfilling moment. I also had a great co-presenter. She did like an awesome job of like, doing the demos. And even when we moved to archive, it was a similar story. A lot of good questions. We ended up staying 20 minutes after talking just about like, the presentation we did. How can they really leverage the product for their problems? It was really engaging, and it was very exciting to be part of the community, especially from the customer perspective, admin perspective, and us kind of bringing like a product that would potentially solve their problems.
Great. I can imagine that there are a lot of people, especially that are moving from on-premises to the cloud, that backup is a huge question that they have. So
Yeah.
those people are probably feel a lot safer now knowing a lot more about how backup works. Were there some, I know backup's been around a little while. What were some brand new things that you got to announce?
Few things. Definitely one that resonated very well with the audience was the speed of the restore. So especially the MIM 365 backup offering that we have, everybody thinks, oh, don't you already have backup when we sign up for like Microsoft 365 products? But there's a key difference, right? Like we keep the data with the real security and resilience we offer to like any Microsoft 365 data. But with backup, what you really get is your ability to restore really quick when you're hit by a ransomware or anything that changes your data massively, right? So really we are like talking about a product that helps you restore your data quickly. So in one of the demos, we were able to actually show the backup and restore of like a large site on the stage, which was received very well. And we were able to sort of really communicate the message of how with Microsoft 365 backup, you can restore the data at 2 terabytes an hour, which is pretty fast compared to like a lot of backup solutions that are outside in the market. We also were able to kind of, talk to them more about the partner solutions that were also built on the same tech, which would offer the same speed. So I feel like they really got the message well, and it was really a proud moment to be on the stage, sort of demo the power of the product that we are building and really show them the value proposition. So it was very exciting.
Wow, that does sound very exciting. So when it comes to essential tools for backing up, storing, and recovering data, when I think of backing up and restoring something, I'm a SharePoint person, so I think about the recycle bin. And I think about the fact that you could just go restore an item. You can restore even a whole library. It's got sort of little restoration points in there. So what is the difference for admins? What is the difference between just kind of those basic things that you can do with the recycle bin and then what the backup product offers?
Yeah, I mean, very relevant question. Maybe one of the top questions that we always get. Why do we really need backup when we have all this awesome recycle bin features with the existing Microsoft 365 products, right? In a place where you're hit by a ransomware right now, if you don't have Microsoft 365 backup or Microsoft 365 backup storage with our partner solutions, you call Microsoft support, you raise a ticket, you wait for like an engineer to come to the ticket, take care of it, run some tasks for you and restore the data. And based on the scale of the attack or like the scale of the data change that you're going through, it could take that longer, right? Because you really want
that's your downtime.
Yes.
Okay.
And how much money are you going to lose during that time? So a lot of the time, I think a lot of customers really need to be told about like the idea of business continuity and how important is it for them and for us to make sure that they have business continuity with Microsoft 365, right? So when you have an offering like Microsoft 365 backup, what you're given is really the power in your hands when you're hit by a ransomware to recover quickly. So how much data are you how much money are you really losing by not having your business running as usual? So that's one thing. Another one is a ransom cost altogether, right? Ransomware attack.
Phishing is everywhere now.
Yes. And there's like really good data in terms of like very high percentage of enterprises are always hit by ransomware, and even more scary information out there which says like when an enterprise is hit by ransomware, the chances of them being hit by ransomware again is very high, right? Considering all this, like it just makes sense to kind of have something that will really give you the peace of mind in terms of business continuity. So that's what Microsoft 365 Backup offers.
Perfect. Well, on kind of a lighter note, just a little fun thing. If you had to, like a movie or a TV show that you had to back up to be able to restore and watch anytime you want, what would it be?
No. So I think the value prop is like, okay, it's something really important that you want to keep, right? And you want to kind of restore very quickly. I'm not much of a TV person or like a TV series person. It's probably like pretty boring that, like when I tell my friends, I don't watch much TV, they're like, huh? But like, that's kind of the truth. But I do think like some memories that I have with my dog, Charlie, is really important to me. He just turned 3 years old. And I also happened to see one of his first week pictures in which he was underweight, tiny. Now he's like overweight and big, right? So, but that phase and the memories associated with them is something I've been thinking maybe I could create like a little movie of like the pictures together. Something that precious, something that is so important to me, something I would want to go back anytime. I want to keep it forever.
That is so sweet.
I'm probably going to put that in back up.
Well, thank you, Sree, for your time. I really appreciate it. This is Laura Rogers with the Microsoft 365 Community Conference in the Community Lounge. Come watch our content anytime. You can learn more at the Microsoft Community Learning channel on YouTube.